Kids are doing the anal dip. And no, it is not what it sounds like. We got that. We got bits, clips, and anything else that fits. How about you?
That shit's weird.
It's the half happy hour. Pull up a seat and have a drink.
Johnny, Johnny, get out of my sight. You don't come back until it's worth my time. Johnny, Johnny, get out of my sight. You don't come back until it's worth my time.
On tonight's episode, butt snuffing.
So, I was literally just made aware of this whole issue like just 2 minutes ago. Like, dude was like, you gotta talk about this, you gotta talk about this. And where'd you say, Scandinavia?
See.
Okay, so kids in Scandinavia have started a new trend with the snooze. The tobacco pouch chew things that you, little tea bags full of tobacco that you, I never snood, but I know what they are. And they're taking those things and dipping them up the bum hole. And now is this like they're doing it to their girlfriend or just themselves? Like, how does this work?
I didn't get a whole lot of information. I just was made aware that apparently they take the pouches and shove them on up there, and supposedly it gets into your blood faster, and you get like a weird nicotine high, like first time you smoke a cigarette ever, but like times 10.
No, I mean, that I've heard of a venema before, you know, a vodka enema. You know, like, apparently you get drunk up the butt chugging. I know you've heard of butt chugging. That's like the funny thing that was like 5 years ago. Everybody's talking about beer up the butt. Like, because Jackass 10 years ago did it on MTV. And, like, yeah. Then kids thought, oh, yeah, that's real. And, yeah, okay, maybe it is real. But, you know, doesn't mean you should do it. I mean, I gotta be everybody's mom here for a second and just be like, if you see a bunch of cool looking kids jumping off a bridge, are you gonna jump off with them?
Probably.
I mean, do they have bungee cords? Okay, that's one thing.
Asking that question.
But is the bridge tall enough for that bungee cord? You don't know. They could give you the long one. I mean, you just don't know what's going on. Anybody watching, don't stick tobacco pouches up your butthole. That's my public service announcement. You got anything to add?
Now, if people are doing this, shoving a nicotine patch in one's anal cavity, say it takes two people to do this, okay? If one person has it and they're doing it and they're filming this, okay? Would you call that a snuff film?
That's actually really smart, man. Oh.
That's all I got.
That's Frasier level comedy up in here.
That is. You know, that reminds me, speaking of stuff like that and dad jokes and bad jokes and stuff, I have another wall joke. All right. So what did one wall say to the other wall when they met at the corner? What did they say to the contractor?
Hey-o.
No, they said, back off, we're working an angle here. We're looking for all the ghosts. Speaking of which, I think the next show we're doing going to be the Halloween episode. You're going to make sure to want to tune in for that. Also, before we really get started today, we want to just thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. We haven't done that one in a minute. And remind everybody that, you know, lines are open. You can hit that subscribe button all day long. You can unsubscribe and resubscribe. I don't care. Just subscribe, please. And remember, if you're going to get in the comments, you know, we're always looking for the next topic, thing to talk about, thing to do, drinking game. We still do those occasionally, don't we? I mean, we just play games and call them drinking games, really. We just like to drink. Like, I'm drinking water today, though.
Look at this guy.
That's what happens when I don't deliver the beer. That's my bad. Honestly, it's been a real slow week at work, and nothing over there really interesting got to happen. Like on that note, like work was quiet. We're not gonna say it was low. Honestly, it's been a real slow week at work. But, you know, we are going to say it was quiet because it was pretty quiet. Now, you say the S word and all of a sudden you get crammed. Yep. Don't get mad.
Bits.
And on today's Half Happy Hour, there's something I've been really itching to get into talking about for a couple of episodes now and hadn't really gotten to because we've had much more interesting things to get into. But equally as interesting still, though, is the upcoming Venom movie. I have a lot of theories about this, you know, because they've been talking about how they're going to put Venom and Spider-Man together this past year. And honestly, after seeing the previews and a couple of bits and listening to some of the other guys on YouTube talk about all their theories and watching the Easter eggs, I have an idea that Spider-Man might actually show up in the Venom movie because of the way that Venom is running from Carnage and has really... I mean, he is just deathly afraid of fucking Carnage in this movie. And it's like, there's a lot of differences in the movie than in the comic books, as it is also with Eddie Brock's character. And you see everybody just kind of like, it's a little different. Everybody's different. Everything is different. And it's like, Venom, the minute Carnage shows up, he's like, no, that's a red one. You know, and then he hides. And that's right away. And then, you know, the two of them, Eddie Brock and him, are more like out of control than ever with each other. And it's like with that, and then the fact that, you know, Cletus and Carnage are just like one dude, actually. Like, they're all about each other. They're making love in that symbiote. And it's like, at some point, Spider-Man's going to have to show up to do something. And I don't think that it's going to be the Marvel Spider-Man. I think they're gonna fucking shoot Andrew Garfield in there somehow. Because they've been talking about Andrew Garfield a lot lately and putting him in this Spider-Man movie. And, you know, they've already got the first Spider-Man. I can't remember his name.
Tobey Maguire.
Tobey Maguire. I was about to say Topher Grace because he played Venom.
No, that was an awful choice, too.
Yeah, and it's like, it got me thinking, okay, so there's a really, really good shot that Tobey Maguire universe is showing up in the new Marvel stuff. Why wouldn't they bring Andrew Garfield's universe back into the Sony universe?
He's awful.
You see, but that's one man's opinion, where there's a lot of other people are
He was
really wanting to
worse.
see him make a cameo. And this would be the place for his cameo. It would be a lot more appropriate for him to show up in a Sony film than in a Marvel film, I think, personally. You know, because we've already got a Sony guy showing up in the Marvel world that people really liked. So let's put him in the Venom film, and then you have your whole bridge to the Spider-Verse movie that they had. You know, and then there's a good shot that you can bridge all the universes that way, is what I'm saying. I mean, you know, I know what I sound like, a fucking hopeful fanboy. Just, you know, some 8-year-old fapping the Spider-Man comics in his mom's basement. I am. And God damn it, it's right. And I'm proud of it. Seriously though, man, Venom, that's gonna be a good movie. I'm excited about it. Make sure you know that you get out there and see that one, folks. Actually go to see that one. Put on your mask, do what you gotta do. That's my recommendation about it. How about you, man? Any movies you're excited about yet?
Whew, no. Not at all. Could give a shit.
What about that Cry Macho movie? You
No,
want to see
don't
that?
give a fuck about Clint Eastwood.
Actually, that does kind of intrigue me. I mean, Clint Eastwood's like, what, 300 years old now? I want to see that movie before he dies. I said it, I'm sorry. Not sorry. I'm not sorry.
Don't care.
I mean, you know, Clint Eastwood, he is a prime example of an American actor who never misbehaved.
Well, there was the chair incident that time, but
We won't talk about that. Actually, we should talk about that. What happened?
I don't remember exactly.
All right.
I
we
just
won't
remember
talk
him
about
talking
that.
to an empty chair.
Oh, actors do weird things.
I'm telling you, it was some award show, and he was on stage talking to an empty chair or some shit.
When was this?
Years ago.
So this is before the whole virtual kick.
10 years ago.
That had to have been a goof that nobody understood.
They thought he was kooky and crazy. It was some weird shit he did. I don't know. We'll look it up. I'll show you.
Duck, duck, go it, folks.
I mean, he did get old. That sounds like some senility kicking in, maybe.
Still
I don't know. It's Clint Eastwood. What I'm saying is he's a man's man. He's an American man's man. And he's a man's man who's a man's man from America. I don't even know.
Hey,
No, I'm just letting
man
the-
and the Marlboro Man was.
Really, what?
That was a man's
He's
man.
older than the Marlboro Man. That's really...
That dude's dead.
I know, but if the old Marlboro Man was alive...
True.
I mean, just this guy outlived everybody. Outlived John Wayne. Outlived George Carlin. Like, it's him and Willie Nelson. They're in a run for, like, oldest cowboy. And I kind of hope Willie wins. But that's because I'm from Texas.
You know he quit smoking weed, right?
Well, I mean, he had the COVID. So
Long before that. It was years ago.
it doesn't really matter if he smokes weed or not.
Well,
So long as he
he
lives.
was making his own. He shut all that stuff down, and then he was like, "I'm quitting smoking the marijuana." And people were like, "What?" They'd be like, "If Snoop quit," I'm like, "What?"
He got bored with it. You get old enough, you get too cool for some shit. It just happens, man. I know how it goes. I only hope I can be as lucky one day. Like, I used to party a little bit, and one morning I woke up, I was like, yeah, I'm done with that. I'm done with that. Then, got a wife, got divorced, got another wife, had a kid. Here we are. 20 years later. Haven't looked back on that decision.
Amazing.
Till just now. Yeah, great decision to make, man. That's something we could talk about, good decisions. So that brings me back to today's Just Don't. Just don't. And I mean, we've said this before, don't go in half-cocked to filming these podcasts and talk shows. Don't. Have a plan, please. Don't just come up with some shit right before you start filming and then start filming it. Just don't. Just don't. Have a plan. There's that. What do you got? You got anything? Some
Well, if you
advice?
really want to hear my just don't, it's for all you bubblegum chewing motherfuckers. Why do you have to spit it where people fucking walk? I don't want to sound like some old boomer, go ahead and cry, bitch. No, you step in fucking bubblegum. You get goddamn bubblegum on your fucking shoes. And I'm sure this asshole deals with it too, because where he works. I'm sure you probably have a job cleaning bubblegum off places. But fuck that. You don't. I mean, I almost want to say fucking you idiots chewing bubblegum. You are stupid.
It is. It's rare I gotta actually deal with that because people where I live in my small town, everybody over there is raised old school. Like, mom and dad will still hit you on the head, you do something stupid over there. So, I've seen people actually take a smack to the back of the head for being rude in public at my store. That's the thing. It does. It really does. I think that's another episode where we could really just go in and talk about that. But, that brings me to my next just don't, which is just don't. Don't get into politics when you're doing a comedy show. Just don't, man. It really does complicate everything. I've been watching a lot of stuff lately. I love all you guys out there, on YouTube, on actual TV land. I love you guys. I really do, man. But then you start talking about politics, and I'm going to give the guys over at Good Mythical Morning and the guys over at Smosh, a pass on this one. Not that anybody's watching or cares about my opinion, but I'm going to say this because, those guys, they don't get political. They just have fun. They keep it simple. They make a routine of things. They get out, they do it, and they start just gaggling and goofing around, and they have a good time with it, and you can tell. And you can have a good time watching it. I actually recommend it. Go watch those channels. other than that, just don't.
Oh, I was drawing. My bad. No,
I see that actually, man. It's kind of interesting little thing
it's
you got
nothing.
going there.
I'm diddling.
No, it looks like a cell phone is having sex with a beer coaster.
Well, that's not what we were going for, but
Like this looks like a sperm cell on acid right here. So like, like there's, if you could see like all the stuff on the bar here, like I think we've shown it in a couple episodes. There's a lot of graffiti here. I think that ends our Just Don't, which brings me to, well, our first clip. And we're back. That was a clip. Now here's a tip.
it's always just a tip.
Oh, you're killing me, man. You always make me blush. So like,
I'm
what was-
comic relief, right?
I don't know, man. You're also a wellspring of information when it comes to the Cowboys.
Don't bring up the Cowboys.
Too late, I already brought them up. Now you gotta tell me about it. It's sports and stuff. That's right, folks.
All right, the Cowboys are 1-1. It's 2021, Week 3, Monday Night Football against the Eagles. We're gonna win. That's all we're gonna do.
The Eagles. They've had a lot of trouble with those guys in the past.
Nah, it's about a 50-50.
Yeah.
Nah.
It's always a rumble. That should be a good show.
But, we end the season playing the fuckers, too, in their home.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's how we end the fucking season.
Yeah.
Whip their ass now. We don't care about that last fucking game until we get there. They beat us now. We're thinking about that last game all season. Fucking Tom Brady. Goddamn, how long is he gonna fucking last? Till he's older than all of us?
Then again, if things go like preseason, man, we might actually have a season.
Preseason don't mean shit. You know why? Because it's pre-season.
They're working out all the
It's like
kinks. Yeah.
pre-cum don't mean shit.
I don't know. I mean, I like to edge personally before I come. I'm sorry.
I call that natural lube.
Oh,
Mothers, don't let your children watch this.
it's not much. I have a slight Bubba Wallace update. I haven't really been keeping up with the NASCAR since the football has been back in action. But I believe he's in 22nd place in the standings, which that's about his fucking average every week anyway. So there you go.
It's good to see some consistency.
He's better than
though.
his number, okay? He's 23. That's his number, so he's 22. It almost makes
See, now-
sense. I mean,
Correct me if I'm wrong. He made it a little higher up last year.
well, his dad's rich.
I don't think that has anything to do with it.
Pay for position, baby.
I mean,
Just like a hooker.
when your dad's a fucking millionaire, you can get shit. Okay? I mean, that's Donald Trump. Ting. All right. That's all the sports I got, really, except for the Paul brothers. They're fun to watch.
Yeah, this has been kind of fun keeping up with that group.
I can't wait for one of them assholes to get their face really beat. But
He's actually.
I don't think it's going to happen either. I think it's all about that fucking green paperback shit, money. I don't know.
Leave this in the comments for us. Do you think his wins are based on skill or his pocketbook? Leave that in the comment. I want to know. Because, I did see him run. Run from, what's his name? Floyd. I've seen him actually running from Floyd in the middle of the street on a little thing. I'm pretty sure it was a goof they did just for the cameras. But, he took Floyd's hat. Floyd was pissed. So he fucking ran. Ran. And I mean ran. And he got him some legs. I'll give him that. The guy does have something to him.
Yeah, they clown too much, and
That's the thing.
Someone, I don't know. This whole now, the faker it is, the more real it is to people. So I don't fucking know.
Some of that actually makes it enjoyable for me because the stakes are less. And when the stakes are less, it's not as stressful. And entertainment shouldn't be stressful. Making it, that's another story. But
Now, have you ever put on a pair of boxing gloves?
Yeah.
A real pair of boxing gloves
Yeah.
and try to box with somebody?
Yes.
I
Fit a little golden gloves.
I did this in high school one fucking time with my friend Noah. He's skinnier than me, a little more stronger than me, a little taller than me. He hit me about 2 or 3 times, and I said, "Bud, we're friends. I'm done. No more." And I ain't saying I'm tougher than either one of them two fucking clowns, but it's like wrestling, man.
Yeah.
It's all about showmanship.
It really is.
I don't think it's real
With the
whooping ass.
superstars and all that, yeah.
Sure, it's an ass whooping. I mean,
They're actually whipping each other's asses, but it's an act.
it's a show.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be rigged, like a lot of people say, but I don't know. I don't know. Whatever, man.
It's a 50-50 thing.
I don't know if it's choreographed, rigged, but I don't fucking know.
They don't go that far. They just, you're supposed to win or you're supposed to lose or whatever. Or
Yeah,
that's why they've been doing all these celebrity fights as exhibitions so they don't hurt nobody.
Like, who the fuck was it that was saying that? They were saying, like, in the WWE, a lot of those matches are decided with a fucking coin flip.
But here's where I'm mad.
They got writers.
And they decide who's going to win before they write with a coin flip.
Hey, here's where I'm mad about these pay-per-view boxing things. They build these motherfuckers up like they're supposed to be the best event ever. You know how they're going to make it the best event ever? As if they make it to where the only way it's going to be over is if my motherfucker gets knocked out. And I mean, he has to tap out and say he don't want to fight no more, or he going to be laying on the ground.
Yeah.
Or
You're talking about blood sport.
Someone from his corner needs to throw a fucking towel in. This bullshit they're doing is, I mean, I don't want to be a part of it. I'm just saying.
See, that's like old school, like
Yeah, we want to see blood. We want to see people get
before
hurt.
Mike Tyson. Like, who am I thinking of here? You had
Mike Tyson had
George
a punch.
Foreman. They had Muhammad Ali. They had Sugar Ray, Leonard.
Don't forget Rocky and Apollo.
Wait a minute. There was an actual Rocky though. Wasn't that Marciano?
I don't even know, man.
I'm thinking of Marciano, aren't I? This old school boxing though, that's like the 40s, 50s. But those guys, as I recall, because like you didn't have all this. You didn't have the need for an act. It was original. So you just beat the crap out of each other and then somebody walked away with prize money.
Betting. People were betting, and the bookies were making out, and they were giving the fighters a cut, and they were giving the managers a cut. That's how they all made their money.
And that's how everything
advertising.
evolved into what it is now too, because
Now it's all
you need
advertising.
But now
you need that dependability with your bookie.
Now the gambling now is legal, and there's like gambling people tied to the football now, and they're making gambling legal in stadiums. I mean,
About that dollar.
there's so many games that are decided by referees.
So like you're gonna go to the football stadium and it's gonna be like racing horses.
pretty much.
Like I predict Homeboy is gonna take this fall in the third round.
Man, you don't even want to know how difficult it gets. How much shit you can bet on. You can bet on number of first downs in the game.
Dude, I have
Wrestling
OCD.
in
If I
Vegas.
got into that, I'd have to bet $1 on everything.
There's bookies in Vegas that for the
I
last
can't
5
bet.
years have been taking bets on wrestling pay-per-views and shit.
Oh boy.
Which brings me to another just one. Just don't gamble. I mean, come on.
Hey.
I mean, if you're gonna gamble, make sure it's that money you set aside, just for that. You got mouths to feed, you got bills to pay.
Hold on.
Take
look.
care of that
Gamble
first.
irresponsibly.
Look.
You got drug dealers
If
to
you're
handle.
gonna- hey, if you're gonna gamble, it's like loaning somebody some money. All right, don't loan nobody or gamble away more than you can afford.
Really don't.
You can't afford to set it on fire and watch it burn. Don't do it.
Like, remember, if you have a problem with gambling, don't be afraid to reach out. Call this number right here, and these people will be there to help you. I don't know anything about that, but I see that number every day at work. People come in. There's a couple of guys. They do like to come in and spend $300, $400, sometimes $500, $600
Hey,
And they don't
I got a
leave
just don't about
until
gambling.
they've made half of that back.
I got a just don't about gambling. Okay, if you're that asshole that walks in the gas station and you buy a fucking lottery ticket, there's people behind you and you don't give a shit, and you scratch the barcode off that motherfucker, hand it right back to the clerk. You're an asshole.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that.
If I
There's a couple of
was
guys that
a
do
fucking
that.
clerk, I would tell that son of a bitch, move along with your goddamn ticket.
Yeah.
Don't scratch it
And
on my
that's
counter.
what we do.
Walk out the door and scratch it and come back in.
It's like if you got a scratch,
And-
because we have a scratching post literally for that. You stand there, and you go ahead
And then
you
get
wait
back
and
in
get
line.
back in
Get
line.
back
yeah.
in line afterwards, motherfucker.
'Cause,
But that's damn desperate, boy. I've seen this so many times.
It's not just desperate, it's rude. There's like 9
Mm.
people behind you. They're all waiting to get beer and get the hell out. And I mean, seriously, I've been one of those guys. Don't be that guy.
Just don't.
Please, just don't.
Just don't.
Oh, just don't. Just do, however, like and subscribe. Don't forget to hit those buttons. Do that for us. We need your support. If I can get really serious here for a moment. We need your support. I'm going to put it real simple here. For the price of 1 like and subscribe, so many people can get fed. I don't know how many, but look,
I'm sure
all
it's
of
like
these people
one.
will get food if you just hit like and subscribe for me, just this once. Now, this guy can eat, that guy can eat, and that guy can eat. This guy can eat. This guy, he won't be eating because he's going to be feeding all these other people. However, we'll have had some fun with this, and I'll have enjoyed the fact that people are enjoying the show. So please hit like and subscribe for me, folks. And
Yes, Diane, I'll take the sushi, and I need a chimichanga, and we're gonna need a case of champagne. Also 4 dozen white roses, and we're gonna need some of that chocolate stuff.
Roger, we don't get paid for this.
Oh,
Yes, that's true. We don't get paid for this. We do it. I don't even think we do it for you, but if you like it, we do it for you. And we just got together to do this because it's. I begged for it, honestly. Thank you. Thank you. Like, the guys were here anyways, and like stuff was gonna be getting done around here, and I'm just like, we need to do something silly. We need to do something silly because I'm a wash up. I burned out every
hey,
band
I got
I've ever
one
been
for
in.
you.
What?
You know our friend Glenn that watches the show?
Oh yeah, Glenn.
Hey, check it out. Look,
How you
let me
been?
tell you about him. I've known him a long, long time. I'm talking almost 30 years, right? And me and him were talking the other day on the internet thing. And man, he reminded me that it's been 25 years since one of our best friends died.
Oh.
Yeah. And
Ouch.
it was pretty crazy, but great and sad memories both. But it was interesting. Just thought I'd tell you.
It's sad some of the things that can bring you together, but it's always good to get back together.
Yeah, we had a picture he showed me that there were 5 of us in the picture.
Aw.
And he goes, "Yeah, me and you are the only ones left." Those pictures, man, you see those, it kind of fucks with you, man.
A little bit, right?
Anyway, keep on drinking.
Life is fleeting, baby.
Oh, got
I
a
drink
TV
to
show update for you.
Mm.
I started watching this show from the 80s called Cheers.
Ah!
Started at season 1, episode 1. Great shit, man. Great
Dude,
shit.
Sam and Diane, that was a romance for the ages right there, man.
But how that started was so crazy, man. It's fun. It really is. I didn't remember it starting like that, but I can't spoil it for any of y'all because we don't have the rights to any of them shows. So.
Diane's hot. There, I said it.
We don't
Shelley
know
Long
who
is
that was. That
hot.
was our perverted background talker that doesn't get credit.
I like the second chick too, man. I know that makes me really bad, but I actually like
Little
to.
boyish one that screams at everybody?
No,
You
the
talking about-
second girl. The
you talking
second
about-
girl that came to the bar
You're talking
after Shelley Long
You're
left.
talking about Kirsty.
Kirsty Alley.
Kirsty.
Yeah, back in the day, Kirsty was hot.
Kirsty.
Kirsty.
Kirsty Alley.
Yeah, she was hot.
Like,
too.
seriously, if you're watching, baby.
She's not watching.
You can sit on my
I promise
face.
she's not watching.
She sits on your face now. That's gonna be the last thing you see.
That's all good.
Whoa. We're going to have to beat
It's
that
all
out,
good.
folks. We don't like to insult people on this show.
Yeah, especially celebrities
Bullying is
who I
not
want
cool.
to sit on my face.
Bullying is not cool.
Man, shut up!
Bullying caused me to fail the 6th grade. Thanks, assholes.
And that's my message to Kirstie Alley.
Anybody, do you know what this means? I don't know what that means.
I know exactly what that means. I know all the gestures, my
Yeah,
friend.
that's what the kids in Scandinavia are doing with the fucking snuff packets. And now we're back to square one.
Let's see, who can I give a shout out to this week before we go? Locally, DFW Dungeon. Look that up on Facebook. Have a blast. How about you?
I've been hunting down Transformer toys.
Did you find any anywhere?
I found some.
Where'd you find some?
Walmart, Targets.
Shout outs to Walmarts and Targets that have Transformer toys.
You ought to try DFW Vintage Toys.
Yeah,
They just
they're
reopened.
expensive. Fuck them.
Oh, I remember their Facebook though, man. They had a bunch of stuff. They got a selection over there. They are expensive. though.
I got a nice little collection of the old ones from back in the 80s, and then they're what they're doing is making new ones, man. They call them Studio Series, and
Yeah.
what they're doing, okay.
see
Now,
that.
if you remember the cartoons, all right, I know this is geeking out, boom, going left, all right, but fucking, the cartoon when you were a kid, they were so fucking cool, and then when you bought the toy, they were like, this is what you fucking got for a robot, man. It's like, you know.
Yeah.
But now, the fucking, what they're doing is they're going back and making the fucking toys cartoon appropriate. In
So
other
they're trying to
words,
make them more shapely?
yes, they have more functionality to them, and they, the old ones, in the 80s, we were kids, we didn't care, we weren't picky. We had a toy that looked like our TV show we watched. And, you know, even though it just stood there and wouldn't move, but, you know, it transformed. That was more than a Hot Wheels car did.
Remember how we always wish they could just like be like robots and transform themselves, just like in the cartoons? They do that now.
I seen a couple of them.
Optimus Prime,
That
for
thing
example.
is, they're working on some weird shit, man.
Man, like, what's really creepy is what they got in Japan.
When I go through my old shit,
They got awesome shit.
They have a
Oh.
life-size Gundam. Like a 3-story tall robot. It does walk a little bit, too.
When I go through all them fucking old Transformers I got, man, I might bring some out and we can
Yeah.
look at them.
I was thinking I'd get my old collections from my mom's, dude. I could
you
probably
have some
donate a few to you.
Transformers?
Well, I was a spoiled, rotten little shit as a child, so...
I know, but it's just a rare fucking 86, man. How old were you? I was 10.
I was 6. So, like, I'd already been collecting for 2 years.
And I was older. And that's when Nintendo came out, too. I mean, I was
Yeah.
playing Nintendo and fucking playing with Transformers both, man. Mostly
I
Transformers. were
couldn't get
sitting on
into the
shelf,
video
but-
games until, like, a little bit later for some reason, man. Like, I think it has a lot to do with sensory stuff that I had going on.
But Nintendo was fucking, 8-bit and kind of,
Yeah.
for the time, high tech, but now
man,
fucking low tech, man.
Still the most fun to play, though, out of all the stuff. It had the most challenging, like, platform games. And your maze games, and,
I'm horrible with that brain shit.
Like,
and,
yeah.
Um,
No, I'm with you there.
I had a magazine, man. I almost remember Nintendo Power.
Yeah!
And man, call me a rich spoiled shit, whatever. But I remember.
No, because I had it too.
I remember buying one magazine for $5.99 or whatever the fuck it was at Minyards, and inside that bitch,
Minyards.
inside the motherfucker was a cardboard thing you pull out, and it was, like $15 for a whole year of the magazine.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I just
subscription card.
paid $6 for one magazine, but if I pay $15, I get 12 of them motherfuckers.
So that's a bunch of free magazines, man.
and
Fun. I mean, that was a deal.
and hey,
My
this
dad saw that and he's
hey,
like, we're doing it.
and you remember then it would map your whole video game out.
Yeah.
I mean, Metroid, dude. I had Metroid for I don't know how long
They
before
would
that map
expose
came
all
out.
the secrets.
Legend of Zelda.
Like they would just show the
Man,
entire running screen.
Oh my god, those were so cool. And
Miss those.
man, I bet somewhere I have a stack of Nintendo Power magazines. I don't know where they'd be, but I bet I do. Unless they got lost when all the family photo albums got lost.
You know, this is starting to make me think I want to do the intros after, from now on. That way I can pick up on all the stuff we said and make a gag about it. Because this one got good. And I don't want to lead with what, so we'll maybe have to. If you see a intro that seems a little more coherent with the show, then talking about anal dipping.
If you guys send us nachos, we'll eat them in front of you.
Yes! I will eat the crap out of those nachos too.
Burritos, nachos, pizza.
You can throw the hottest hot sauce on there.
I'm not eating that
And the
shit.
sour cream. Okay, maybe not the sourest.
I get drunk enough. If we had a big enough injector, I would shoot some hot sauce in his rectum for you.
No. See, now that's going to be the next trend. If you guys haven't gotten into this yet, somebody in Jackass had to have done it.
I got a better one if you really want to hear it.
Anal hot saucing.
No, about the beer shit. You remember, you're probably going to have to beep a lot of these names out. The Howard Stern show.
Okay.
There was a guy on there, Richard Christie.
Okay.
And what he would do, he would butt chug beers, okay?
Oh, God.
And look, they would have him in the studio and have a funnel in his butt and pour a beer in. Listen, he'd pour a beer in his butthole and he would tell them which beer it was. Like they had 5 different beers.
So, like, he would blindfolded take a beer up his ass and know which one?
They would not tell him which beer it was.
Oh, wow.
And he was predicting which beer it was. We could probably find a clip of this sometime.
Yeah, we're going to need a clip of that. So, like, you know. Howard Stern, if you're watching, send me a clip, man.
Howard Stern, Richard Christie,
I'll
butt chugging beer.
screenshot it if I can.
That is the, man, funniest shit. Oh, goddamn.
Like, I'm pretty sure there's got to be, like, media use, something.
Hey, 5 seconds ain't nothing, dog. We don't have to show a second of it.
There you go.
Stupid. That's a goddamn... Yeah, I'm talking to Cat.
Yep. Which brings me to... It's time to wrap it up, B. This is a goodbye song, my friend. They say goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. So people say goodbye. Now get the fuck out of the bar. What the fuck are you still doing here? And remember, don't anal dip. No, wait. Ah!